You can make a case that Station North is the heart of the city of Baltimore. It's where the big north-south streets like Charles and St. Paul and Calvert come together with the big east-west street of North Avenue. And it's been a meeting point for Baltimoreans from all 4 points of the compass ever since this part of town got developed in the 1880s and 90s. So it's gone through lots of changes. It's been residential, it's been commercial, it's had factories, it's had movie theaters. By about the year 2000, Station North was more than 50% vacant.
And the Station North area was an industrial area, but it also had a lot of artists in it. Hans Schuler was an artist who had a studio, and that studio turned into an art school. You know, a few blocks away is the Maryland Institute College of Art, MICA it's called, one of the top 4 art schools in the country, which produces a lot of artists. Many of them have ended up staying right in the Station North and Greenmount West area, where we looked at what could we do to bring better housing for artists to this neighborhood.
City Arts 1 opened about 7 years ago. It was at a weird location, the corner where most people thought nobody would ever want to live. Our lenders thought that it would take 10 months to rent up the building. The building filled up in 10 weeks.
The City Arts Gallery has been really influential as far as me getting connected to everyone else in the building and the local art scene. There's been a variety of residents that have had shows there or participated in group shows. I'm Antonio McAfee. I'm a fine art photographer. I work with digital and analog practices where I take historical portraits and I remake them digitally in Photoshop or through a transfer process, removing the ink from the print and applying that into acrylic medium. Having an apartment building so close to my studio has allowed me to be much more fluid and move between the spaces much more quickly. So it's allowed me to kind of partition my different practices and responsibilities.
That project was successful, and as a result, there were a row of new townhouses built on vacant land next to it. Just down the street from that, an old manufacturing building that had been vacant for something like 40 years was redeveloped to be the Baltimore Design School. That sort of solidified on the southern end of the Station North, Greenmount West area. It was so good that Jubilee said, let's do another one. Let's focus the second one on performing arts.
OpenWorks just opened across the street, Maker Studio, which is pretty phenomenal. I've been doing more fabrication in my own studio practice, so it's pretty interesting that all this stuff is nearby.
OpenWorks had started, I guess, from a conversation that happened about the importance of bringing a makerspace into Baltimore City of this nature. And I've just seen a lot of people have the opportunity to create and design and just share information with each other in a space that, you know, wasn't here a year ago. It definitely helps having our neighbors at City Arts 1 and 2, having a community that for years has always been a place in which artists settle. It helps people know that this is right in their backyard and they can have access to it.
And so, yeah, City Arts is a great building and it's been a great success. City Arts 2 is a great building and it's going to be a great success. But it's not just about one building or two buildings. It's about using one building or two buildings as the catalyst for the revival of an entire neighborhood.